Hi everyone, welcome back. We're outside today, so I'm so happy to be out here and the sun is shining. It's not too cold. And for me, I always feel like when the weather is like this, it makes it a little bit easier to be in a good mood and to be hopeful for even better days to come. So we are getting through this together, guys, and I really appreciate all of you who are watching the videos, doing the mindful practice with me, and sending me messages. I want to give a little shout out to my fifth grade friend Natalie, who has been loving the videos and can't wait for the next chapter of Despereau. So, Natalie, get excited. We're getting into chapter 15 today. Before we start Despereau, I am going to do a quick mindful practice. We are going to do something today called Qigong. Qigong means energy practice. Qi means energy, Gong means practice. And I am by no means a Qigong expert, but it is something that my sixth grade mindfulness class and I sort of started exploring together just recently, and we all really enjoyed it. So, of course, I wanted to share that with all of you and also give my sixth grade mindfulness students the opportunity to do this with me again. Um, so, we are going to do a very, very simple Qigong routine today. And we're going to start, we're just going to bring our hands together and we're going to start moving them back and forth, just building up that energy. And I like to think of it as we're building up positive energy. So, we're going to sit up straight, we're going to open ourselves up to the room or up to our yard or wherever we are. And we're just going to build up that energy. You're going to start to feel some warmth between your hands. And then in a moment, we are going to start opening and closing our hands just a couple of inches. And we're going to try to really visualize the energy that we have built up. I like to picture my energy as pink glittery slime and picture it like it's attached to both of my hands and stretching between them. And I just feel like the pink glittery slime is really a good representation of my energy. So we're just going to open, inhale, and exhale. And try to really visualize that energy that you've built up. We're going to build up that energy again. The next time we open our hands, we're going to open them to about shoulder width apart. But we want to build up that positive energy once more. Now, if you're having a hard time visualizing the energy aspect of it, that's okay. It is kind of a hard thing to wrap our heads around, but you can just use this as a nice mindful movement practice and some breath activity that is calming even in itself without thinking about the energy. But for those of you that are picturing the energy, awesome. I love that. All right. Let's just build up that energy one last time. This last time we're going to open our hands wider than shoulder, as wide as you'd like to stretch your energy, and really just try to harness all of the positive energy you have within you as we open, inhale, and exhale. Now take the biggest breath you take all day. And that is our first little Qigong routine. Maybe tomorrow or later in the week, we will build upon that and do a little bit more. When we do it in class, we've added on other things that we do, but I thought that was a nice way to start with our energy practice. Like I said, if you have a hard time visualizing the energy part of it, don't worry about it. Just maybe use it as just a nice mindful movement to calm us down. And what I invite all of you to do tonight or tomorrow or whenever you watch this is to invite family members to do it with you, and you could either play the video again or you could lead them. It's just such a simple mindful practice. I know a lot of my students that I've done it with have brought this home and done it with their parents, and they've felt that it really worked. So, Eddie, I hope you're watching because I know this is one of your favorite mindful practices we do. So I hope you and your mom are doing a little Qigong. I know she liked it as well. And now let's get into the tale of Despereau. So I have good news and bad news about Despereau. Good news is we are almost done with the first part of the book. The book is split up into 4 parts. So we're almost done with the first part. More good news is we are getting to the point in the book where I start doing funny voices for some of these characters, a little bit of an accent. So I hope that you guys find that entertaining. The bad news is we are only 1 chapter away to the second part, so I'm only going to read 1 chapter today. Tomorrow I will get into part 2, which brings us some more characters and kind of a new voice and a new perspective. So I wanted to start that on a fresh day. So here is chapter 15, The Light, which I think is so perfect that we're doing this outside today. When Despereau awoke, he was cupped in the large, calloused hand of a human, and he was staring into the fire of one match, and beyond that match there was a large, dark eye looking directly at him. "A mouse with a thread," boomed the voice. "Oh, yes, Gregory knows, and Gregory has his own thread marking him. See here, mouse." And the match was held to light a candle, and the candle sputtered to life, and Despereau saw that there was a rope tied around the man's ankle. "Here's the difference between us. Gregory's rope saves him, and your thread will be the death of you." The man blew the candle out, and the darkness descended, and the man's hand closed more tightly around Despereau, and Despereau felt his beleaguered heart start up a crazy rhythm of fear. "Who are you?" whispered Despereau. "The answer to that question, Mouse, is Gregory. You're talking to Gregory the jailer, who has been buried here, keeping watch over this dungeon for decades, for centuries, for eons, for eternities. You are talking to Gregory the jailer, who in the richest of ironies is nothing but a prisoner here himself." "Oh," said Despereau. May I get down, Gregory?" "The mouse wants to know if Gregory the jailer will let him go." "Listen to Gregory, Mouse. You do not want to be let go. Here in this dungeon, you are in the treacherous dark heart of the world. And if Gregory was to release you, the twistings and turnings and dead ends and false doorways of this place would swallow you for all eternity. Only Gregory and the rats can find their way through the maze. The rats, because they know, because the way of it mirrors their own dark hearts. And Gregory, because this rope is forever tied to his ankle to guide him back to the beginning. Gregory would let you go, but you would only beg him to pick you up again. The rats are coming for you, you see." "They are?" "Listen," said Gregory. "You can hear their tails dragging through the muck and filth. You can hear them filing their nails and teeth. They're coming for you. They're coming to take you apart piece by piece." Despereau listened, and he was quite certain that he heard the nails and teeth of the rats, the sound of sharp things being made sharper still. "They will strip all the fur from your flesh, and all the flesh from your bones. When they're done with you, there'll be nothing left except red thread and bones." Gregory has seen it many times, the tragic end of a mouse. "But I need to live," said Despereau. "I can't die." "You cannot die. Ah, that is lovely. He says he cannot die." Gregory closed his hand more tightly around Despereau. "And why would that be, Mouse? Why is it that you cannot die?" "Because I'm in love. I love somebody, and it is my duty to serve her." "Love," said Gregory. Love. Hark you, I will show you the twisted results of love. Another match was struck, the candle was lit again, and Gregory held it up so that its flame illuminated a massive, towering, teetering pile of spoons and kettles and soup bowls. Look on that mouse, said Gregory. That is a monument to the foolishness of love. What is it? Asked Despereau. He stared at the great tower that reached up, up, up into the blackness. What it looks like. Spoons, bowls, kettles, all of them gathered here is hard evidence of the pain of loving a living thing. The king loved the queen, and the queen died. This monstrosity, this junk heap, is the result of love. I don't understand, said Despereau. And you will not understand till you lose what you love. But enough about love, said Gregory. He blew out the candle. We will talk instead about your life, and how Gregory will save it if you so desire. Why would you save me? Despereau asked. Have you saved any of the other mice? Never, said Gregory. Not one. Why would you save me then? Because you, Mouse, can tell Gregory a story. Stories are light. Light is precious in a world so dark. Begin at the beginning. Tell Gregory a story. Make some light. And because Despereau wanted very much to live, he said, once upon a time. Yes, said Gregory happily. He raised his hand higher and then higher still until Despereau's whiskers brushed against his leathery, time-worn ear. Go on, Mouse, said Gregory. Tell Gregory a story. And it was in this way that Despereau became the only mouse sent to the dungeon whom the rats did not reduce to a pile of bones and a piece of red thread. It was in this way that Despereau was saved. Reader, if you don't mind, that is where we will leave our small mouse for now, in the dark of the dungeon, in the hand of an old jailer, telling a story to save his life. It is time for us to turn our attention elsewhere. Time for us, reader, to speak of rats, and of one rat in particular. So that is the end of book one. It's all in the same physical book, but as I said before, it's split up into 4 parts, and so Katie Knoll calls that book one, and then book two, Chiaroscuro, starts tomorrow. So I hope you guys love this book so far as much as I do. I love that ending where it says stories are light in a very dark world, and that is why we are doing this. We are just trying to bring a little light to all of you. So enjoy the rest of your day. Get outside, get some sunshine, some fresh air, some vitamin D. I think it's going to rain a little bit more this week, but we are definitely getting into spring and getting to better days. See you guys tomorrow.